Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It's 5:10 a.m. Wednesday, December 11th. We are finally to the point that we're introducing the last character from our starter packs. Catch is, it's Free Ranger, so we've got Legendary Free Ranger to follow. So if you want to see Legendary Free Ranger, check out the next video. That said, the character that we just introduced was Rattleshake. I've heard a lot of people say they're a huge fan of Free Ranger. I've not really heard anything bad. People seem to really like the guy. If you're in a position, where you're wanting a second Free Ranger, you've got several options. Number one, he's available in single pack form. We know that. Number two, there's Legendary Free Ranger. That is the route I recommend to go. He's available at Toys R Us. If you don't have a store near you, you can get him online. If you're not concerned about the Legendary version, you can't go online, don't have a local Toys R Us or something within a reasonable driving distance, etc. Nitro Magnacharge at Target is available only in a 2-pack. You can get him with Free Ranger or with Rattleshake. That would be a way you could get a second Free Ranger and go ahead and actually come in, take both paths with the top and the bottom, essentially is what you want to do. Similar to that, you can actually come in the 3DS starter pack. I can't stress this enough. It's a great deal, completely different game. Cannot go wrong there. They've made a ton of improvements to the 3DS version, most notably the infinite character library, which is incredible. That said, we're going to can that. The main thing we want to focus on here is Free Ranger, regardless of how you get him or how you want another one, etc. We're going to back out of here. We got Rattleshake storming around the training grounds here. We'll pull him, and here comes everyone's favorite chicken, Free Ranger. That's obviously, if you didn't know, it's like free range chicken,
Whip up a storm!
Alright, so he's introduced, of course, with the Swap Force designation. Bear in mind, if you see that 394 and think, man, his 3DS version special, no. He is level 4, you can see there, plus it's Wednesday, so he's got plus 30 on the stats. Since we're here at the training ground, let's go ahead. First thing first, the jump. He's got a really cool jump, in my opinion. Because he actually somersaults, kind of like Magnacharge. It's a pretty cool look, at least I think it is. Basically, as you can see there, I'll face him towards the camera, and I mean, he just jumps, I like it. I'll leave it at that. Primary attack right here, gonna do 28 as you saw. Wow, 46 and 69. You see the 46 more often. I've seen the 69 one time. Anyway, I mean, if you didn't see it, just rewind it a little bit, you'll see it eventually. 28, 42, 46, 69. I'm seeing all kinds of numbers. There's another 69 finally. So, bottom line, that Stormblade Slash, I think is what it's called. Very impressive. Now, his secondary attack, it's the bottom end's primary, however you need to phrase it. I think it is Ride the Wind, I think is what it's actually called. You see, you hold it down and you can kind of move around. It's dealing 5 and 8, but it does it really fast. So, I mean, this will kind of give you a feel for what it looks like. Let's see what that sheep does. You get the idea. It's almost like a tornado type thing. So, there you go. Now, let's come in here. We'll go to Collection. We're going to scroll over to Skylanders, come into Air, and we want to read Free Ranger's bio. So, pretty long one here. You'll notice that with a lot of the swappers. Slogan, of course, whip up a storm, not to be confused with Hoot Loop. More on that later. Free Ranger was hatched during a storm when a thunderous bolt of lightning struck his egg. From that very moment, his destiny was clear. He would become the greatest storm chaser ever known. He spent his entire life pursuing hurricanes, spinning inside tornadoes, and riding lightning. But a day came when he encountered a storm unlike any other. It was unnatural and ominous, billowing with evil and leaving only desolation in its wake. Free Ranger was standing at its edge moments from boldly leaping into it when he was stopped by none other than Master Eon. The wise Portal Master told him that it was the darkness that raged before them, and if he were up to the challenge he could join Skylanders to help defend against it in the Cloudbreak Islands. The rest, of course, being history. If you recall back from SSA and the glory days of Vornado, my most anticipated Skylander from SSA, I'm a big weather buff, something I enjoy, so he's got a nice background story, ties in with, severe weather. You got the lightning, tornadoes, hurricanes. Very cool backstory in my opinion. We're back out of there. We're going to come in here now to Skylander. Take a look at his
Looks
stats.
like chicken scratch to me.
Max health box stock would be 280. I can't stress that enough. He's level 4. It's Wednesday, so he's got plus 30, so keep that all in mind. Speed 43, armor 18, critical hit 8, elemental power box stock 25 with, I guess, boom jet, I think is... Yeah, I don't think Popthorn's ever been on a portal, so probably boom jet's bumping that up to 32. We're going to come in now and actually take a look at his upgrades. Again, if I get excited, it's because I've not really, looked at this stuff. It's a blind playthrough, so bear with me here. That said, kind of hard to keep all this straight when you're dealing with the swappers. It's not conventional. You've got your 3 purchased upgrades for the top and for the bottom. Then you've got 2 paths with 2 upgrades each for the top and the bottom. And then you've got a soul gem for the top and the bottom. So just know that we're going to go in to the top, and that's all we're going to be talking about until we go back to that screen. Primary attack that we showcase to you, Stormblade Slash. Press Y to slash at enemies with powerful storm blades. You saw the damage numbers, basically like high 20s to 69. Very, very impressive. Now, first purchased upgrade, Eyes of the Storm. Press the X button to shoot a bolt of lightning from the eyes, stunning the first enemy and chaining to others. I think he has this by default on the 3DS version. Nonetheless, it sounds really cool. Second purchased upgrade on the top end, Charged Blades. Press Y to slash with more powerful storm blades that do increase damage. Don't really think that's necessary, but won't complain. Final purchased upgrade, press Y 3 times to send a wave of powerful aired enemies. This actually looks pretty interesting. We're going to have to monitor that, see what it does. Now you get to a point you can basically come in, Wind Slasher Path. It's going to upgrade, his blade attacks, if you will. So hold Y to charge Storm Blades, release for a devastating combo attack in Slicing Storm. Then with Feathered Fury, Slicing Storm does increased damage, unleash the full fury of the bird. If that's not your cup of tea, you've got the Storm Focus Path. Hold X, that's going to be our tertiary attack, if you will, to charge Eye of the Storm, release to shoot a larger bolt of lightning. Then we've got Charged Gigawatt Bolt. Lightning strikes thrice. Does increased damage, more powerful than lightning. I'm sorry, I don't guess I read Lightning Strikes Thrice unless I don't remember. Anyway, very cool. Then his Soul Gem for the top half. Storming Storm Blades as I lose my voice. Press Y to attack with more powerful storm blades that deal extra lightning damage. I'm thinking one of the reasons people probably like him so much is he must be doing like a crud ton of damage. I can see that adding up very quickly. Now what we're going to do is actually take a look at his bottom half's upgrades. He begins, of course, with Ride the Wind. This was dealing like the rapid 5 to 8 damage. Hold A to become a tornado and damage nearby enemies. First purchase upgrade for the bottom half. Please bear in mind everything you see here is bottom half specific. Is Approaching Storm. Hold A to become a tornado. Speed is increased while the tornado is active. Speed boost will be nice. Then we've got Wind Powered. Becoming a tornado will last longer. Can't argue with that. And lastly, Tornado Vacuum Boost. Tornado now pulls in enemies from further away. Now, what you have here, you've got two paths you can take for the legs or the bottom end. This top path here is called Lightning Linguist Path. Begins with Lightning Nova. Blast all nearby enemies with a powerful lightning bolt when becoming a tornado. It is followed up with Nova Flash. Lightning Nova does increase damage. If that's not your cup of tea, you want to go more the tornado route, we have got the Tornado Thrower Path. When becoming a tornado ends, a powerful tornado is shot out, damaging all enemies in the way. Then we've got Twisted Twister, not to be confused with Twisted Sister. More powerful tornadoes are shot forward that does increased damage to enemies. Again, I love numbers, at least we can get them from the training ground relatively easily. And now the Soul Gem for the bottom half of Free Ranger, Charged Winds. Hold A to become a tornado filled with lightning, dealing damages to enemies. I'm thinking that might be the highlight of this entire thing. I think the speed, the duration boost, I think those are going to be big. I'm not quite sure what Lightning Linguist or Tornado Thrower will do, but I think this Soul Gem on the bottom half is going to be a big deal. We're ready now to actually come in. Take a look at his quests. The first 6 basically the same, back 3 air specific, the last one of course being specific to Free Ranger. Defeat 1,000 enemies, eat 15 pieces of fruit, win 10 PvP, don't lose health. I like this one. Level them out, get all the upgrades. If you weren't impressed with him box stock, go ahead. This encourages you to explore the full extent of the character. Costs 7,500 elemental bonus damage. That one to me is like a basic one. Now, the 2 air specific ones here are going to be Geronimo. Travel over 250 feet in one fall. You're going to need to find a place where you can actually do this, and then my advice is do it, and if you can get back up there, just repeat it with every air Skylander. It will save time in the long run. Or just remember it's that chapter that you have to do it, and then for every air Skylander you want to get the quest done for, you're going to have to get back to that point in time. Next one is Skylooter. Collect a total of 500 gold in midair. Obviously this works better if you can fly. In Giants you could do like the loot on the Flynn's ship, everything like that. Now, Free Ranger specific quest. It's called Ruffled Feathers, which does get him confused with Hoot Loop due to Let's Ruffle Some Feathers. Hit enemies 25 times without stopping your melee attacks. That you basically will just need to find a big group of enemies and go to town. Don't think it'll be too difficult. That said, we have basically covered everything on Free Ranger here. I said I'd do Legendary Free Ranger next. I will. I'm not sure I'll do it tonight. I'm kind of losing my voice. I'll try to drink a little bit of water. Don't want to be up all night, even though there's not much of the night left. But that said, Free Ranger, ridiculously powerful as is. He's kind of, to me, in terms of Skylanders you'll know or should know, I kind of equate him to the blade skills of Stealth Elf, and then the bottom end powers kind of akin to Warnado. He's got some lightning stuff, whirlwindish. I just think he's going to basically, whatever you do with him, I feel like he's going to be doing some massive damage numbers. So excited to see how all that transpires and pans out. That said, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. We will come in. Our next character introduction will be for Legendary Free Ranger. I think I'll go ahead and knock it out tonight. Then I'm going to get to bed. Hopefully I'll be there 5:45, 6 a.m., something like that. So we'll run with that. And then I'll come in and continue on with introductions tomorrow at some point. So as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the blog oneofwisdom.com. Make sure to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here for the introduction of Legendary Free Ranger.